Hey guys, Dave here, and I'm back for the transfers update. As you can see, I'm in my transfer centre now, and it's the 1st of September, so let's get to it. So as you can see, I've brought in Kanu. Now, he used to play for a few good Premier League sides, and a few good non-Premier League sides, so I thought he'd be a very good signing. Now, he's a very good shooter, and he's a decent backup striker, even though he's only League 1 quality. He will be gone at the end of the season, sadly, but he's a very good tutor for the younger players. And he's got a decent personality, fairly professional. Now, I brought in someone that a lot of people bring in, no more pay, and I brought him in on compensation. And you do this by approaching to sign them and offering them a contract before their current club does so. As you can see, he's got some very good stats at 14 strength, 16 acceleration and 13 pace, as well as 14 finishing for a 16-year-old. Now, he had quite an amazing debut, as he scored a hat-trick against, who was it? I believe it was Hull City. Let me get the Hull. As you can see, Neil Maupay scores a hat-trick on his debut. Not in a long space of time here, under 30 minutes from the first goal to the last goal. I believe that puts him as the youngest ever Premier League hat-trick goal scorer, as well as the youngest ever Premier League goal scorer, and youngest ever Premier League player, according to my game. But let's get back to the transfers. I bought in Tom Ince as he was transfer listed for 6 million. However, I didn't want to pay all of that up front, so I paid 6.5, with 5 mil up front and 1.5 over 48 months. He had a pretty disastrous debut, getting injured after 3 minutes by pulling his hamstring. He was predicted to be out for between 4 and 5 weeks. However, after the time played, he is now out for 11 days to 2 weeks. I do quite like Tom Ince as a player. He's left-footed. He can play on the right, so he can cut inside if I want to swap Ogbonlor and Weimann around. And he's just generally very good. With 16 dribbling, not a lot of people are going to be able to get the ball off him. And my final signing was the signing of Joey Barton from QPR. Now, there may be a few eyebrows raised at this one, as he's known to be a bit of a pillock in real life. But I really do like him. I think he's a quality player. I don't like his personality, but he is an absolute quality player with 19 determination, 16 influence, 18 work rate and 17 teamwork, as well as 16 bravery and aggression. He is, in my opinion, the ideal ball-winning midfielder. Getting an overall rating of 4 stars, according to my coaches. This makes him the best central midfielder I have, and I believe he is top quality. He can also play in the defensive midfield and attacking midfield roles, if I wish to switch up the formation. Now I'm going to go through the transfers out. Stephen Ireland to Reading for 3.5 million. Now, I believe he wouldn't go without me paying his wages, so a bit of his wages, so I've had to do that. But he didn't feature in my plans. He's a quality player in real life, I feel, but I don't think he's that good on FM. And then I've loaned out Gary Gardner, Jed Steer, Jordan Bowery, Liam Batesman, sorry about that, Daniel Johnson, Mark Allwright into Wolves, this Benjamin Seagrest guy to Leicester, because I reckon he'll be getting back up to the first team there, which is still decent. Charles Nzogby for 5 million to Southampton, quality player, but I kind of wanted to give Weimann and Ogbonlor and Ince really the winger roles, so I didn't really want to keep using Nzogby even though he is a quality player. And Alan Hutton to Hull Tigers. Decent right back. He's got some decent stats, but I just believe Loughton's better in my opinion. So they're the transfers, and now I'm going to go over the results. As you would have seen, in our first Premier League game, we won 3-1 versus Hull Tigers at home. Neil Maupay with a hat-trick and a 9.6 rating. Just an incredible debut for the lad. And in pre-season, we won all of our games, even taking down the likes of Inter Milan and Sparta Prague. Now, we beat Donegal Celtic 4-1. With Benteke with 2, Ogbonlor with 1 and Vla with 1. Overall a decent result, even though they aren't the best team, and I'm a bit gutted to concede 1. Then we beat Rochdale 3-0. This is better, we kept a clean sheet, and Hellenius got on the score sheet, which is good for a new player moving to a new club. There's probably in a higher division, and a much higher quality than the league he was in before. Then we beat AFC Wimbledon 5-0. Pretty good result, because we may find them in the cup later on, although I doubt that. And as you can see, Weimann got 2, Ogbonlor got 1, Callum Robinson got one and Mark Albrighton got one. Now beat Sparta Prague 3-1. I'm a bit disappointed to concede, although they are a decent team, I'd say. They're not Sparta Prague, they're Sparta Rotterdam. What am I saying? But oh well, Ogbonna Hall with 2 and Hellenius with 1. Hellenius continuing his fine form throughout pre-season. You may notice Benteke is not playing as he picked up a slight knock. Well, I say slight knock, but he can't play for 5 weeks. Because I can't even remember what his injury was. It's something stupid. And we beat Inter Milan 2-1. With goals from Alexander Tonev and an Inter Milan own goal by Andrea Ranocchia to seal their fate. Gutierrez tried to spark a comeback for him. It just did not happen. Man of the match went to Esteban Cambiasso. I had a look at signing, but there's no way he's going to leave Inter Milan for Aston Villa. I've shown you the first Premier League game, now let's get into the second. 2-2 away to Norwich. Not the greatest result, but it's not bad. Morpay continuing his fine form, and Ogbonna Hall also getting on the score sheet. As you can see, we went from 1-0 down to 2-1 up, and then Gary Hooper managed to equalise. But the game was pretty much in Norwich's favour, so I'm quite happy to go away with a point. And then we got our first Capital One Cup game against MK Dons. Benteke's first game back in the league, not in the league, in the English leagues. And as you can see, we kind of got semi-dominated by MK Dons, but we just had the quality to push on through. I played a lot of youth players in this game, and a few players that I wouldn't normally play, such as Shay Given, Alan Hutton, Nathan Baker, Joe Bennett, Leandro Bacuna and Tonev, as well as bringing on Nicholas Hellenius off the bench when needed. As you can see, I think I've had a decent start to the season, not losing a game in all of the games that I've currently played. However, Thomas got a pulled hamstring, and Ashley Westwood has got a damaged elbow for the Newcastle game. Bit disappointing as Newcastle have got a very good side. Now I'm going to show you the world transfers in the Premier Division, and in the top transfer in the world. So as you can see, the top transfer in the English Premier Division was Luis Suarez to Real Madrid from Liverpool for £44 million. I believe this may be a fair price for Suarez, but I don't think Liverpool will be happy losing him. But at that price, who can complain? Man City signing 2 of Dortmund's players here for £8.75 million each. And the big player, and I've got to say, I think Man United have signed 2 quality players here in Marquisio and Gaitan. I think Gaitan's a very good winger, and Marquisio can play a nice box-to-box midfielder role very well. And Everton managed to actually let go of Mauro Anfaloni and Leighton Baines, as well as Newcastle losing Johan Cabaye. And now over to the world transfers. The biggest transfer in world football that happened in August was Toni Kroos from FC Bayern to Real Madrid for 28 million, as well as this Konog Payakala guy going from Dnipro to PSG, as well as the biggest transfer in July, Luis Suarez to Real Madrid, as I've already stated. This makes him the record transfer signing fee in this window, so I'd like to say well done to him. Next episode, you'll probably see me around November-December time, giving you the review of how the season has gone so far. Thank you, this has been Dave, and I'm out. Peace.